I doubt, I mean, is there any doubt that there's a strong correlation between our special teams this year and us being in the Rose Bowl? So, without further ado, let me introduce, first of all, our punter, all Pac-10 first team from Monrovia, California, Darren Shager. Also today we have with us our all Pac-10 first team kicker and All-American consensus first team, Bruin from Virginia. Before I forget, I understand there might be a family member or two here. We always want to honor them. Is Mrs. Shager here?
Mrs. Shager is right there with the camera. Also, my older brother Brian is right next to her wig. There he is.
Any family pets or anything out here? Family. Okay. We'll start. Bjorn, let me start with you. You know, you were 20 of 25 this year on kicks, and I don't know if you've ever heard the name John Lee, but he's the all-time kicker at UCLA. I think in his career, I looked it up, 80%. You're off to a phenomenal start. Was there sort of a time this year, whether it be a play or a game, where you just kind of knew it was going to be a real good year for you?
It was right after the Stanford game, actually. I came back after the Nebraska game, and I put it together during the Stanford game. Went 3 for 4, which I thought it should have been 4 for 4, but that's another story. And after that game, I got my confidence, and it took off from there.
Seems like the team sort of followed that same thing, too. Darren, thinking back earlier in the year, there was a game that everybody was sort of looking forward to throughout the whole Pac-10 that was to occur in later, I guess it was October 30th, and everybody was saying that it was going to be the Pac-10 game of the year, and the winner of that game would sort of have the inside track to the Rose Bowl, and as it turns out, they were right. And in that game, we played Arizona at the Rose Bowl, and in that game, I think we sort of invented both teams invented a new dance. It was like 1, 2, 3, punt, 1, 2, 3, punt. And at one point later in the first quarter, you punted the ball again, and the ball was a fantastic punt. The ball went out of bounds on the 2-yard line or so, and the rest is history because they had to punt, and we got the ball back, I guess, on the 45 or 50, and 3 plays later, JJ's in for one of his 17 touchdowns. And the dam broke, and 30-0 before you know it. On that punt, was that just one of those things that was textbook the way it was supposed to go, or just describe the whole thing at that point?
I think I look at that punt as probably one of the highlights of the year, just because, just being the magnitude of the game, plus two, I ran out there on the field the first time and punted about a 38-yarder, which wasn't very good. They got the ball about the 18-yard line. And I was kind of disappointed running out the field, and the coaches stopped me and said, wait, there's a penalty. There's a penalty, somebody was lined up wrong. And we got to jog back out there, and I was like, for me, I was like, okay, I got a second chance. I'm going to go out there and try and hit this one a little bit better. And just running back on the field just felt a little more comfortable. I got that practice one out of the way, and just ran out there and just tried to get aggressive with it, just hit it as hard as I could, and I just hit it well, and the ball just traveled, and I thought it was probably going to go into the end zone. I thought I hit it a little bit too far, and I thought it was just going to roll right in, and it just took bounced and took a hard left turn and just went right out of bounds. And I didn't know what yard line it went out to, but the crowd just erupted. I was like, I thought I scored a touchdown. So it was great.
Power table, when it was 30-0, instead of Desert Swarm, we were calling them Desert Farm. Bjorn, you're from Virginia, as I mentioned. Have you had a chance to talk to any of your friends or family? Well, I'm sure family, but friends, as far as the Bruins are in the Rose Bowl.
Anything that's got any liquid in it, just it's dumped on everybody, and it's just a great party sometimes. And it's just fun. We just start singing the fight song 4, 5, 10 times. We just keep going over it. We don't want to stop. Let's sing it again. Come on, let's go. Start clapping. People dance in the middle of the circle, throwing Donahue up in the air a couple times, bouncing off the ceiling. But it's just a great time. I like it too, just because it is at the end of the season, and I mean, a win against SC. I mean, it's just beating a big rivalry as SC, you know, our hated rivals, and being the last game of the season, and just everything just comes down to that game. It doesn't matter.
And you kind of knew maybe someone else was listening.
And this is Steve coming down the steps. And this is the pretty Christmas tree. And Carolyn stirring some